Greeting of the day, dear learner. Today we shall see the applications of differential equation to electric circuit. As the mechanics is governed by Newton's law, the electric circuits are governed by the laws known as Kirchhoff's law, which we shall study in this section. Mostly electric circuits leads to the differential equation. The simplest electric circuit is a series circuit in which we have an electromotive force or EMF which act as a source of energy such as battery or generator. This is drives the electric charge Q and produces the current I. So this is generally represented by the symbol E, and this is generally represented by the symbol E, and these are notations of the EMF. That is, so first one is applicable when we have constant source of voltage, and the second is the representation when we have a variable source, right, represented by the second notation. So this is variable source. Current always flows from positive to negative, right, directions, and the unit for voltage or EMF is volt. Similarly, the second element which is used in a circuit is a resistor denoted by R and symbolically represented by this symbol. So this is a symbol for resistance. So resistor uses the energy, and this is one of the simplest, this is the element which is used in the simple circuit. The unit for resistance is ohm. Resistor dissipates the energy, it opposes the current, and voltage drop across the resistors is obtained by the Ohm's law. The next element is nothing but inductor. Inductor produces any change in the current by producing a voltage drop. So it is the voltage drop across the inductor is given by L into di by dt, where L is known as inductance and is measured in Henry. Inductor is represented by this symbol. Then the third element in the circuit is capacitor. Capacitor stores the charge and resists the flow of the further charge change, causing a voltage drop. So the unit for capacitance is farad. Now, then current is denoted by I, and the current is related with the rate of change of charge by I is equal to dq by dt. Okay, I is equal to dq by dt. So what is a voltage drop across the resistor? So voltage drop across the resistor is given by Ohm's law, that is nothing but I into R. Then voltage drop across the inductor is given by L into di by dt, and the voltage drop across the capacitor is given by Q by C, where C is the capacitance. Okay, then current is related to the charge by the relation I is equal to dq by dt, right? Rate of change of charge is nothing but current. So these are the some of the formulation which one should know. Now let's have one of the important law which is generally used in a dealing with the circuit, that is Kirchhoff's law. So what is Kirchhoff's law? It states that the algebraic sum of all voltage drop around any closed circuit is equal to 0, or it can be also stated as the sum of voltage drop across each element of a circuit is equal to the applied voltage. We have one more Kirchhoff's law, that is Kirchhoff's current law. This is nothing but voltage law. Kirchhoff's voltage law, in short we also call it as KVL. Right, so we have one more Kirchhoff's law, that is Kirchhoff's current law. So which I am not stating here because we are dealing with the simple circuits, and mostly in simple circuit Kirchhoff's voltage law is used, whereas we have when complicated circuits or the node, in that case Kirchhoff's current law is used. So let's see some applications of the differential equations in a circuit. So let's consider one simple RL series circuit. So let I be the current flowing in the circuit containing resistance R and inductance L in series with a voltage source E at any time t. So this is the circuit diagram. Then by applying Kirchhoff's voltage law, what we have? So we will find out voltage drop across each element. We have two elements, resistor and the inductor. So let's find the voltage drop across the resistor. So that is nothing but I times R according to Ohm's law. Then voltage drop across the inductance is nothing but given by L into di by dt. So we will add the voltage drop across these two elements. So we have IR plus L di by dt is equal to, the applied voltage is E. So is equal to the applied voltage. So according to Kirchhoff's voltage law, what we do? The sum of voltage drop across each element is equal to applied voltage. Now let's convert it into a differential equation which we can solve. So here the coefficient of derivative must be 1. So let's divide by L. So we have di by dt plus R by L times I is equal to E by L. If you look at this equation, this is a linear differential equation in I as a dependent variable and t as a independent variable. So let's recall how to deal with the linear differential equation and what is its standard form. So differential equation linear with y as a dependent variable is given by dy by dx plus p of x into y equal to q of x. In this case, what we do? We find integrating factor which is given by e raised to power integration of p of x integration with respect to independent variable, and its solution is given by dependent variable which is y into integrating factor is equal to integration of q, right hand side function, into integrating factor, integration with respect to x and plus constant of integration. So in this way, any linear differential equation is solved. So let's compare here. What we find here, in place of y as a dependent variable, I am having I, right? Next thing, let's find out p. P is r by l and q is e by l. So using this formulation, let's have the solution. So we will find out integrating factor, that is equal to e raised to power integration of p, which is r by l t. See here, r and l both are constant, so we will take it outside and integration of 1 is t. Then we will find out the solution of 1, which is dependent variable. Dependent variable is I into integrating factor, which is e raised to power r by l into t, equal to integration of q is e by l into e raised to power r by l into t, integrating factor. Integration with respect to independent variable, which is t, plus constant of integration. Now let's simplify. E by l being a constant term, take it outside. Integration of e raised to power r by lt, it is just like e raised to power at. Integration of e raised to power at is e raised to power at upon a. Here a is r by l, okay, plus a. Now here you will find l will get cancelled, right? So l will get cancelled and we are left with e by r, okay, e raised to power r by l times t plus a. So this is the simplification, provided we should know the value of this arbitrary constant of integration. So let's find out this constant of integration. For this we need a initial condition. So here in electric circuits, the initial conditions are already given. So what is that? So that is, so I is equal to e by r, we will divide by e raised to power r by l t. We have this type of equation, okay. So having this equation, now we will find out constant from initial condition. So since initially there is no current in the circuit, so we have I is equal to 0 when t is equal to 0. Using this condition in equation 2, we get, what we get? Put I as 0 over here and t also 0. E raised to power 0 is 1, so we have a only. So e by r plus a. So what is a? Minus e by r, right? Putting this value of a in equation number 2. So we will have this as, you will find e by r will be common. What is left? 1 minus e raised to power minus r by l times t. So this gives the current in the circuit at any time t for a RL series circuit. So I hope this derivation part is clear to you all. On the same line, let's have, so just note here, in this expression, when this current will be maximum. So when t tends to infinity, if you take t tends to infinity, so this will become e raised to power minus infinity, that is e raised to power minus infinity is 0. So this term vanishes. So what we have? I is equal to e by r. So the maximum value of current is nothing but e by r, which occurs when t tends to infinity. So remember this expression, I max is e by r. This we will need further. So let's have the next circuit, simple circuit, that is RC series circuit. So again, let's I, this is small I, let R be the current flowing in the circuit containing resistance R and capacitance C in series with the voltage source at any time t. The circuit diagram is shown here. Again we will apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. So we will find out voltage drop across each element. Voltage drop across R is I into R, whereas voltage drop across capacitance C is nothing but Q by C. Let's add these two voltage drop and equate it to the applied voltage, which is nothing but E here. Right, now look at this equation. This is not a differential equation, right? So we will have to convert this. So what we will do, we will just simply differentiate with respect to t, right? So what we find, R constant, derivative of I is di by dt plus 1 by C constant, derivative of Q is with respect to t equal to dE by dt. Now but we know that I is dq by dt, this relation we have between the current and the charge, so that I am going to use I. So you can find here this is completely a differential equation with I as a dependent variable. So this is a linear differential equation in T. So this can be solved exactly in the same fashion as we have solved the RL series circuit differential equation. Okay, so let's have a couple of examples on this particular concepts. So a coil having a resistance of 15 ohm and inductance of 10 Henry is connected to 90 volt supply. Determine the value of current after 2 seconds. Given e raised to power minus 3 is equal to 0.05. So let's apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. The differential equation for RL series circuit is required because here we find resistance and conductance are connected in series. So let's write the differential equation for RL series circuit. So voltage drop across the resistance is IR, whereas voltage drop across the inductance is L di by dt. Add them equal to applied voltage. Simplify it. So divide by L, right? This is a linear differential equation in I. So we need, for a linear differential equation, the standard form of linear differential equation is what? It is nothing but in the form dy by dx plus p of x into y equal to q of x. So y is a dependent variable. Here role of y is being played by I, whereas we need p and q. So p is r by l and q is e by l. Again, so here in this case y is nothing but I, whereas x is nothing but t. So accordingly changes need to be made. Okay, so let's find out integrating factor. That is e raised to power integration of p r by l integration with respect to t. So r by l is constant, take it outside, integration of 1 is t. So we get integrating factor as e raised to power r by l times t. Therefore, the solution of equation 1, this is our equation 1. So its solution is given by dependent variable, that is I, into integrating factor is equal to integration of q, q is e by l in this case, into integrating factor plus constant of integration. Simplifying it further on the same line, so we reach to such kind of simplification. This simplification we have discussed just few minutes before. So we have obtained this type of equation. Now this involves the arbitrary constant, which we will find out by applying the initial condition. What is the initial condition? I is equal to 0 when t is 0. This is given by default in the circuit, right? Initially, because there is no current in the circuit. So we can have initial condition as I equal to 0 when t is 0. Apply this condition, put I as 0 and t is 0 in equation number 2. So you will find A is equal to minus E by R. Put this in equation number 2, we will reach to this kind of simplification. So this is the current in the circuit at any time t. Now, in this problem, certain values are given for the constant R, L, E, T and this one. So, we will put these values over here, E by R, then 1 minus e raised to power R by L. Such type of expressions we will substitute. So, what we have? We will have finally the simplification of the form 5.7 ampere. So, you will get the value of the current as 5.7 ampere. I hope this problem is clear to you all. Okay, now let's have, so here what we have done, so we have just obtained the solution of the circuit in the same fashion as we did for deriving the RL series circuit, right? And then whatever values are given, we have substituted here. Okay, now let's have the next problem of this video lecture. That is a voltage E times e raised to power at. So remember, as I told you in the beginning, that voltage can be a constant supply or it will be a variable. So here it is given as a variable, that is function of time t is applied at t equal to 0 to a circuit containing resistance R and inductance L. Show that the current at any time t is E upon R minus AL times this expression. So here we have the expression for current at any time is also given. This we have to obtain. So the resistance and inductance are connected. So we will apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law and obtain the differential equation. Here remember, E will be, it's not a constant, it's E of t, function of t, and which is given as E into e raised to power minus at, where this E is a constant. So substituting E of t as given expression, we will have such type of expression, equation 1, and again you will find that this is a linear differential equation. So solving it, for that we need an integrating factor, so that is e raised to power R by L times t, right? Now let's have the solution. So solution is I integrating factor is equal to integration of right hand side. You can see here the right hand side term, that is Q, is E by L into e raised to power minus at. Okay, so substituting this, so Q into integrating factor, integration with respect to t plus constant of integration. I'll take the constant outside, and then here you can find that we have two exponential terms. So we can apply the law of index, that is a raised to m into a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n, right? So these two index will get added. So we have, again from that we find, we can take t common. What is left? R by L minus a, just by applying law of index, right? And then this is ready for integration. So you can integrate this easily. This is completely a constant term, right? Say for example it is like capital A, so e raised to power at. What is the integration of e raised to power at? It's e raised to power at upon a, right? So integration is done. Simplify it further. So we will multiply by L here. Okay. So what it will be? R minus AL by L. So then again next L will get cancelled. So we are left with E upon R minus AL into this term plus B. Again we wish to find out the constant B. How to find this constant B? So apply condition. We have by default the condition as I is equal to 0 when t is 0. So put I is equal to 0 here. What you will find? This term 0. T 0, so this is 1. So what we have, what is left? 0 equal to E upon R minus AL into 1 plus B. So what we will get? You will get B is equal to E minus of E by R minus AL. Put this in equation 2 for B. Again we find certain terms common. What is that? Take it outside. E upon R minus AL. So we are left with what? See what I have done here. I have written the directly. So you can see here what I have written. So it is e raised to power r by L times t into I is there, right, is equal to, now e by r minus al is there, then what is left, e raised to power r by L minus a t. So this can be written like this, r by L times t into e raised to power minus a t. Okay, and then what is left, minus 1. Okay, this is what we have. Here we will separate these two terms by law of indices. And when you will divide by e raised to power r by lt, so obviously this gets cancelled. And what we have, I is equal to e by r minus al e raised to power minus at, and here 1 upon e raised to power r by L times t, which is nothing but e raised to power minus r by L times t, right? So in this way the expression is obtained. So I hope this video you will find useful, helpful to deal with the problems on the electric circuit. In the next video lecture, we shall see few more important examples on the same concept. Till then, keep watching, keep learning. Thank you all for watching the video.